going on, guys? Welcome to a very special episode of ezbucketzleague Fantasy Basketball. If you don't know how to play fantasy basketball, you've come to the right place. For this video, we're going to be answering the question, how to play fantasy basketball. What's going on, guys? Welcome to my fantasy basketball channel. If you're here from the main channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications to not miss any of my upcoming videos. For this channel, we're going to be talking about all things fantasy, trades, updates, rankings, anything you can think of. You guys don't want to miss what's coming. For those out there who don't know who I am, my name is Soom and I run ezbucketzleague on YouTube. I'm actually a fantasy basketball expert and I'm here to help you guys win your fantasy basketball leagues. But for those who are new to fantasy basketball and want to know how to play, let's not waste any time. Let's get into the video. For this video, I'm going to try to explain how to play fantasy basketball in the simplest way possible. The most common way to play fantasy basketball is through the ESPN and Yahoo phone apps. I personally use both of these apps and are very up to date when it comes to injuries, updates, and rankings. To give you guys my explanation of what fantasy basketball is, it's basically a platform where NBA fans can create their own fantasy basketball team, draft their favorite NBA players, and battle other teams around the world, whether it's your friends or people you don't even know. Fantasy basketball is simply a community of passionate NBA fans who believe basketball is simply more than just watching. It's simply creating a team for yourself and, of course, imagining the unexpected. An example is that in real life, you'll never see Stephen Curry and LeBron James on the same team, but in fantasy basketball, that is definitely possible if you create it. There are three types of fantasy basketball leagues that are very popular. There is rotisserie leagues, also known as roto leagues. There is points only league, and of course my favorite, head-to-head leagues. A roto league is basically a free-for-all, everybody for themselves, and by the end of the season, whoever has the most points wins the fantasy basketball title. A points only league are for those players out there that want to focus just on points and nothing more than that. But head-to-head is my personal favorite because basically you go up against somebody every single week and try to build the best team to beat their team. Every fantasy basketball league starts with one thing: passion and dedication on actually playing the game. And with that being said, you have to be really interested in the first step of fantasy basketball, which is draft night. In my opinion, draft night is one of my favorite nights of the year because simply this is where you create your ultimate fantasy team. You can draft your favorite players, create strategy, and of course at the end, brag to your friends that your team is better than theirs. After drafting your team, the fantasy season goes along with the NBA regular season. During the season, you have to set up your lineups daily to make sure all your players are active. My favorite part is making trades with your friends and your opponents. And of course, day by day, you create strategy to make sure you win your fantasy basketball leagues, whether it comes to roster changes, waiver wire pickups, and of course, being active with the NBA. The ultimate conclusion for fantasy basketball is to create the ultimate fantasy basketball team, create an unstoppable team that by the end of the season, you beat everybody else in your league. So yeah, hopefully you guys learned something in this video. I tried my best to explain it the easiest and simplest way possible. But of course, guys, be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications to not miss any of my upcoming videos. More fantasy basketball videos are coming, and I want you guys to be a part of the growth of this channel. Just one more announcement: if you want to win your fantasy basketball leagues and you want personal fantasy basketball support, I offer that on my Patreon platform. Link is down below. I give you guys trade advice, drafting advice, roster advice, anything you can think of. Ask me anything on fantasy basketball and I'm here for you guys. So check that out in the description down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on ezbucketzleague Fantasy Basketball.